Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Destiny's Desires, where we come together to grow, motivate, and inspire the best versions of ourselves. I'm Destiny, of course, and if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are back, what's up fam? As you guys can tell by today's title, we are going to be discussing financial freedom, and the topic for today is credit building. Go ahead and thumbs up and like these videos if you guys like my financial freedom videos. Let me know if you guys like these. I'm trying different ideas out, and I would love to hear you guys' opinions. So let's get right into the video. I wanted to keep this one short, simple, and sweet, but I also want it to be informative and give you guys the knowledge about credit building. And so the first thing we're going to discuss is the knowledge of credit. In order for you to work on your credit and build credit, you have to kind of know what it is. And before we even get into what credit is, I want you guys to ponder on this statement. In the United States, because I will speak for where we are, or hopefully, or mostly, not hopefully, I hope other, people from different places are watching my channel, but from us being in the United States, credit is freedom, okay? I want us to understand that. I want us to know it to be true. Whether it's fair, right, or wrong, it is a fact. Credit is freedom in the United States, and so I encourage and I implore all of you to figure out what that is, to work on it so that you can be free. It's really that serious. And so I encourage you guys to really, dig into it, figure it out, figure things out, because often it's not taught to people for a reason. But that's a whole nother story. So I'm here today to help educate whoever I can. If it's just one person that can understand what credit is by the end of this video, I'll be happy. So let's get right into it. So the knowledge of credit. So there's two different sites that I want you guys to look up to or look on if you guys have never heard about credit, never worked on your credit, or don't work daily, monthly, weekly, yearly to grow that. It's two things. One is called Credit Sesame. The other is called Credit Karma. I know you guys have probably heard of it. It's very popular. They're online. They're on TVs. They're free. I encourage and implore you guys to try it out. I tried Credit Sesame when I was in college. It's okay. I think it's a good one for when you first start because it breaks everything down very, very specific. But now as I get into adulthood and begin to understand what credit is and what it is that I'm looking for and the main points and what's going to help me and all these different things, I use Credit Karma. I actually have the app and my financial folder on my phone. If you guys, go ahead and leave a comment below if you guys like to see like a what's on my phone tag. I know some people do that. I've never thought about doing it, but I do have a financial folder. Oh my gosh, I cannot say that word. I have a financial folder. Jeez. I have a bunch of folders. I'm gonna have I can't think of them right now, like a social one. So if you guys are interested in what's on my phone, let me know. I'll do a video. But yeah, I implore you guys to look up those two things. See which one works for you, which one makes more sense. Create an account. It's absolutely free. I think you can enter your social security number, your name, stuff like that, and they can look you up and tell you what your credit score is. And so that's the first thing. Look into your credit. See what it is. See where you're at. See where you want to be. They have a scale, and it lets you know what's looked at as excellent credit, what's poor credit, what's fair credit, what's good credit. Obviously, we want excellent, but everybody's on a spectrum at different places. So see where you're at and see where you want to be. The second thing we're going to talk about is what is credit made of. So we always hear people talk about you need to build your credit, you need to work on your credit, you need to do this, and often I hear people who don't know anything about credit say, well, what is it? What is my credit composed of? Like, what makes my credit? So I'm going to give you guys a brief background knowledge on the things that it's composed of, and then you guys can obviously look into it yourself and then apply it to you and see which ones you deal with or which ones you don't, because if you don't have credit or you have bad credit, you may not have all of these things that are issues for you. But I'm going to talk about them all just so you guys know. So the first thing, or one of the things that your credit is composited of, is hard inquiries. So for those of you who don't know what hard inquiries are when you apply for a credit card, when you apply for a secured card, when you apply for an auto loan, and you apply for a loan for your house, if you want to get a house, an auto loan. Anytime you make an inquiry to get money or to get some way, some kind of benefit, it goes on your credit to say, hey, this year she tried to get a credit card. She tried to get a credit card this year. She tried 10 times to get a credit card in 3 months. Whoa, why is she doing all that, right? So they'll keep track of what is it that you're trying to do, because then they'll base it off of the other things I want to discuss on whether or not they should give you the card or not. Or, it's not that big of a deal, but if you have too many hard inquiries, banks and other loan places will look at that and say, well, none of these people want to give her money. Maybe she's not trustworthy. So you want to keep that in your head when you're applying for cards, credit cards, all different type of things, that they will be able to see how many times you're applying. So if you constantly are getting denied, I would encourage you to pull back, work on some of these other things I'm going to discuss, and then apply when you think that you're ready and you can afford it. Because if you just keep doing it, you got 30 hard inquiries. I've seen people with 40 hard inquiries. Banks and stuff, they're going to see that and they're going to say, well, these 20 people said no. They might be onto something, you know. And it's just something they'll look at after maybe they look at some of these other things. So the second thing that your credit is made up is your payback percentage. So this is for the people who have existing credit, whether it's bad, fair, good, or excellent. This is the part of your credit that they look at and they say, okay, she has one credit card and she pays back 100% of the time. She's always paying back. Oh, okay, I trust her. We know she pays her card, so we give her a credit card. Let's give her a chance. Let's try it out. You know, if your credit is bad or you just don't have that much, you don't have any at all. It's pretty bad if you don't have any at all because you don't have any payment history, so they have no idea if you're going to pay them back. So they may say, take a secured card, or they may say, let me give you a low limit, let me give you a high APR, let me give you a high interest rate, because we don't know if you're going to pay us back. We don't really trust you because they don't know you. It makes sense. But so that is important. So you want to pay your credit cards back. It's very important to do so. And I'm going to get back into that lower in the video, further in the video, I guess, about the importance of paying back credit cards. I mean, if you can't do it, don't get one, because you're doing nothing but setting yourself up. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But the third thing that your credit is composited of is derogatory marks. And that is basically bad marks on your credit. So say if you purchased a phone, you know, you messed it up, you never paid it back, that would be a derogatory mark. They'll send it to collections depending on how long it is that you have not paid on it. You do a credit card that you max and never pay it off, that's going to be a derogatory mark. Basically, anytime someone gives you something or you mess up your financial situation with a phone bill, an auto loan, a house, credit cards, secured cards, if you mess it up, your credit's going to show that, hey, we gave her this auto loan, she has not paid us a cent back. So if you go back in 5 years and you want another auto loan, other auto creditors are going to see that and say, well, you didn't pay them back. Well, you want to keep our money, you know, right? It makes sense. But so that's why it's so important, because really when you want to get an upper hand in life, or you want to get a loan that you obviously intend on paying back, your credit has to match what it is that you're trying to present to the creditors. So derogatory marks, the fourth thing is going to be your credit card usage. And so getting a credit card and not using it doesn't really help you either. You know, if I get a credit card and never spend it, it doesn't show them that I pay back. It shows that I'm not maxing them out. So that's good. That it's like, hey, all of her credit cards are good standing, but she doesn't use them. So we don't know if she pays back. They're not able to know that knowledge because you don't use your cards. And so I encourage you when you get a credit card to use it, but also to know how to use it. And like I said, that's something I want to discuss further on in the video. But they'll track your usage of your card, the total accounts. So the total accounts, they'll have, like, for mine, I have like an auto loan. I have my student loans. I have some collections for certain things. I have any total account you have, any credit cards, secured credit cards, anything that you have on your account, that'll be all under your total accounts, so creditors can have a quick glance of how much accounts you have open. You know, somebody has 50 accounts open, and you go to their payment history, and it's like a 3. Well, I'm probably not going to give you money. That just makes sense. But say you have 30 accounts open, and all of them are in good standing, you have 100% payback. Oh, they're going to be giving you money faster than you need it. And that's where you want to be. You don't want to take it necessarily, but you want to be able to say, I want that house, I want to use this on my credit card, I want to get this loan, and you want to be able to do it. You want to have that freedom, right? Think about that statement I said at the beginning. In the United States, credit is freedom. So you want the freedom to be able to go get that new car if you want to, you know? Because not everybody has $30,000 to shell on a brand new car. But you can afford, you know, getting that loan and paying that loan back what they asking for, or with the, you know, mortgage on your house, or whatever the case may be. You may be able to afford that and maybe not be able to afford it in all. And let's be honest, most of America is middle class or under, and middle class is not even really in the middle, right? It's a very huge gap. And so you want to be able to go and make decisions for yourself, for your family in the future, and be able to rely on your credit to open doors for you. So let's see, total accounts. And then the last thing on there will be the age of your credit history. And so this is where they'll see, hey, you know, you've had a card for 3 months and now you want us to give you a $100,000 loan for your business. We don't know if you're going to do right by this money. We don't know. We have no proof that you will. And so it's very good to get your credit started as fast as you can, as soon as 18. I encourage you guys, you know, don't go out there and get millions of things. Get one thing. Do right by it for 6 months. And then get another. Do right by that for 6 months. Get another. And then as you get well known with your credit and how it works with banks and figuring out what you want, what you're comfortable with as far as your interest rates, then you go ahead and you do that. And I've been doing that. I've been working on my credit for the past year now. Actively working on it. And now I am having offers come from all over the place. Get this credit card. Get this loan. This, you know, I'm not taking them because I don't have time for that interest rate. But to have the option to go get a loan out for a brand new car. So go, you know, that's great to have that option versus not having the option, you know. And that's another thing. Options are always good. It doesn't mean, you know, you get to choose. It doesn't mean you have to do one thing or you have to do this. You can choose. You can sit back and say, okay, well, let me save up a little bit before I take this loan. Or let me, you know, you can figure out how you can, you know, work it out to your benefit. And so options are good. So that's what we're going to talk about. That's what your credit's made of. So 6 things. If you get one of the apps, which is Credit Sesame or CreditKarma.com, you'll be able to see those things pertaining to you because everyone's is different, right? And the last thing we're going to discuss today is what can you do to build your credit? Because now you know where you can look up what your credit is. Now you know what it's made of. What can I do to build it? The very first thing you can do is try to reach out and pay your current debt if you have current debt. If you have current student loans, if you have collections from something you've done in the past, if you have, I don't know what other people, I'm speaking from experience or things that I've seen on other people's credit reports. If you have existing debt, pay it down. That will shoot your score up a lot. Most people don't do that because, you know, it takes time to pay off those student loans, especially if you're in and out of school or, you know, you're just not living the job or working the job that you feel like you can afford to do that. You know, it's all different things. But one thing you can do is pay off your current debt. That will skyrocket your credit at a faster pace. Second thing you can do, or another thing you can do, is pay your bills on time and in full. Pay your bills on time and in full. Do both. Because when you pay your bills on time, yes, that helps. Because now they see that you pay your bills on time, that you're trustworthy, so they may feel a little bit more obligated to give that to you. But if you max your cards out every time you get one and you only put $25 on it every month, they may say, I don't want to keep giving her money because she's just maxing it out and giving us the bare minimum. You know, they may not like that, but sometimes they do. Because what happens is when you pay the bare minimum, it hurts you more than it hurts them. Because when you pay the bare minimum, that interest rate, it gets you. It catches up to you. If you do not have credit or you have bad credit, your interest rate is going to be somewhere between the 18 and 25%. Roughly. That's a lot of interest on your own money if it's a secured credit card or borrowed money. Either way it goes, it's a lot. It's a lot to agree to pay back for years on end, which is often what people do with credit cards. They have them for years on end. So you want to pay your bills off. You want to pay them in full and be done with it. You know, if you can't buy it twice, you cannot afford it. If you cannot afford it, do not buy it. Do not do it. It's not worth it. And I've learned that it is not worth it. If you cannot afford it, that's okay. Buy what you can afford and work for what you want. That's the beauty of life. You can have anything you want. Just work for it. But don't try to keep up and do things you can't do. It doesn't work. It won't work for long. If it is working for you, it won't work for long. So I encourage you, you know, do what you can and work for what you want. Another thing you can do is get a secured card or a credit card. When I first started out with my credit card journey, I didn't have any payment history, right? I didn't have any years of credit. I didn't have any payback percentage because I didn't have anything on it. And so I couldn't get a credit card they would not allow me to because I didn't have any proof that I would pay them back, that I was responsible. I didn't have any proof of anything. So I started on a clean slate. So I started with a secured card. And so the difference between a secured card and a credit card is a secured card is your money. I have a secured card right now. I have a secured card for $200. And that's $200 that I put on that card. And then they gave me a credit card with $200 on it. So it was my money that I'm spending. But it's building my credit as I spend my own money. You spend your own money anyways. You might as well build your credit while you spend your own money, right? And the next is the credit card. And now I said my credit is getting better. I'm getting hit with all these different things. So now I have a credit card. And the credit card limit is $450. I signed up for it and they gave me the card. I didn't have to pay any money for it. It's money that they're giving me. And so that's basically another way for me to build my credit. But there is the interest rate, right? The APR of it. So you figure out what is best for you. I did a secure credit card for 6 months. And that's how I've gotten the doors have opened for me to get a credit card, to get loans, to get all these other things that they're trying to give me that I'm not taking. But I did my secured card. I did right by it. I paid it off, paid things off in full, on time, all the time. I don't play with bills. I pay everything on time because who wants those late fees, first of all? Because if you can't afford it the first time, you definitely can't afford the late fees. And second of all, it's nothing. It's very comforting to know that your bills are paid. I don't know if anyone else gets comfort by it, but I find peace in knowing that I'm okay, you know. And the very last thing you can do to build your credit is understand how credit cards work. So I just discussed a little bit the difference of secured cards and credit cards, knowing the difference between them and knowing how to use them. You do not want to max your card out. You know, my credit card that I have right now is for emergencies. I don't even use it. I have it in my purse. I maybe go get gas or a drink at McDonald's. Just so I'm using it so that they see, oh, she's using it. She's paying us back. She's using it. She pays us back. Well, let me offer some more money because that's what they'll do. I'm pretty sure in 3 months of seeing the way that I carry my card, they'll be like, hey, you want to get a raise, what is it called? A credit limit raise, which I probably will decline. But you need to understand how they work. You don't want to max them out because that shows that you're irresponsible. You know, I gave you this card on Monday, Friday it was maxed. What are you doing, right? So you want to spend, the tool or the key is to spend 30% of your card. 30% of your card, you spend it, you allow the billing system to see that you're using it, and then you pay it right back. So on my $200 secured card, which that one I spend definitely more than I do for my credit card, but you spend $60 out of the $200 that I have on my limit, and you pay that back. And then spend another $60 and you pay that back. You pay $60, you pay that back. So then my credit card is always in good standing, and if they can say, okay, she uses it, she pays us back, it's on time, it's in full, hey, we want to give you another $100. You know, so you have to obviously dig more into what I'm saying today. Pay attention to the things I'm saying today because I'm dropping jewels, guys. I'm dropping jewels. I'm trying to help educate people because unfortunately we didn't learn about credit in school. And in America, that is freedom, and that's very sad that that's not something that's taught. So I'm here to share the knowledge. I'm here to drop the gems that I've learned along the way. I haven't been living too long. You know, I'm only 23, but I've experienced a lot, and I've seen a lot, and I know a lot, and I listen a lot. And so I'm here to share some things with you guys. And so I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this. If you guys, like I said, like the financial freedom and all those different things. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Go ahead and thumbs up, like, comment this video, subscribe, and turn on your push notifications so you'll be notified each and every time that I post. Go ahead and click the description box below so you can follow me on my social sites. I love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, bye.